suppose your question is 1 plus sin A into 1 plus sin B into 1 plus sin C is absolutely equal to, it is exactly equal to 1 minus sin A into 1 minus sin B into 1 minus sin C, right, into 1 minus sin C. Now these two values are equal. What is that you need to find in this question? You need to find this value itself in the question. That means what is the value of 1 plus sin A into 1 plus sin B into 1 plus sin C, or what is the value of 1 minus sin A into 1 minus sin B into 1 minus sin C. That value they are asking, and they have given that both of these are absolutely equal, right? Both of these are absolutely equal. Now can I say this as, if I give the answer options, first option is sin A sin B sin C, right? Sin A sin B sin C. Second option is cos A cos B cos C, right? Cos A cos B cos C. Third option is plus or minus sin A sin B sin C, and the fourth option is plus or minus cos A cos B cos C. I hope the idea is clear. Plus or minus cos A cos B cos C. These are the four options which are there. Now see here, sir. Can I say that 1 plus sin A into 1 plus sin B into 1 plus sin C, if I multiply these things, I will end up with a constant. That constant I will call it as A. Same logic we used in some of the problems in our morning class. 1 plus sin A into 1 plus sin B into 1 plus sin C, I will call it as C. I will call it as some constant K. Another variable, another equation on the right hand side is 1 minus sin A, 1 minus sin B, and 1 minus sin C. And can I say that they have given that these both are equal? That means this is also equal to the same constant A. Now what is that I require? I require all these values. I require the value of this particular equation. If I square it on both sides, right hand side, left hand side becomes k into k square. 1 plus A plus B into A minus B, it is A square minus B square. So here it is 1 square minus sin square A. Next it is 1 square minus sin square B. Next it is 1 square minus sin square C. Now can I again say it as k square is nothing but cos square A into cos square B into cos square C, right, into cos square C. But what is that I require? I require the product of these three terms. Those three terms I called it as which variable? I called those three terms as k, right? I called it as k. That means I don't want k square, I want k. K will be square root of cos square A, cos square B, cos square C. If I remove that square root, it is plus or minus cos A, cos B, cos C. Very easily you can solve these questions by equating to a variable called as k. Now we never equated our questions to variables called as k in our ratios class. Why? Because in all our ratios classes the numbers were given. It was given in terms of a numerical value. Boys and girls are in the ratio of 2:3. So we were not writing it as 2k or 3k or 2x or 3x, because the numerical value was given in my ratios class. I was making use of numerical values and I was solving all my ratios classes without using k or x, whatever it is. But in this question it is not the numerical value which is given, it is the algebraic variables which is given. So I will make use of this variable k and I will simplify very easily. I believe that it is clear, sir. Easily you can solve this kind of questions by equating it to k. In fact, already I have solved 2 questions of this similar sort, which are slightly tricky questions in my morning class. People who has missed my morning class, I am repeating, sir, you missed something. Ashutosh. Now Ashutosh, substitution of some values for angle. We will see when to use it after our 1 or 2 classes, because not all the questions in trigonometry can be used by substituting some angles. you need to solve some of the questions in this methodology to get the answer fast. Otherwise you will be in search of that particular angles which will satisfy this equality. Instead of searching that and wasting too much of time, it is better that you do this method. But can I say that instead of writing all these things, you will call this as k directly, you will call this also as k directly. That means you need not write this one more time in your paper, you need not write this also one more time in your paper, and you know that this is k, this is also k, k into k is k square, and you can directly multiply a plus b into a minus b. Directly you can write it as 1 minus sin square a, which is cos square a. No need to write this intermediate step. That means you can get the answer so soon within one step itself or two steps, rather than writing these three extra steps in and wasting your time in the examination. Now what is that I am saying, sir? Ashutosh, this is for you, sir. This is for you. The same similar kind of question, if I take 1 plus cos alpha into 1 plus cos beta into 1 plus cos gamma, right? 1 plus cos alpha into 1 plus cos beta into 1 plus cos gamma, it is exactly same as 1 minus cos alpha into 1 minus cos beta into 1 minus cos gamma, right? Into 1 minus cos gamma. You are supposed to find the value of these two, any one of them, because anyway both are equal, right? You are supposed to find the value of that product. Now I will not write these things. This is the question, Ashutosh. I will not write these things again in my examination and waste my time. Rather I will just write it as k in my paper, here also k, and then simplify. It becomes k square. It becomes k square on the left hand side. A plus b into a minus b. It is 1 minus cos square alpha. It is sin square alpha. This is sin square beta. This is sin square gamma. This is nothing but k square. And I will again not write this final answer k is plus or minus sin alpha, sin beta, sin gamma. I need not write this final answer again in my sheet of paper when I am solving. Rather I will check whether that option is there and I will mark it and move ahead. That means you need not actually do all these steps in your examination and waste your time. You can directly get the answer so soon. That is what I am trying to say. I hope the idea is clear, sir. I am drafting the next question of today's class. Now again I am repeating for all the people who came little late. We are discussing questions on type called as sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. This varieties of questions is what we are discussing as of now, right? Now listen carefully, sir. Next question I am drafting. Your question is, if 10 sin alpha to the power of 4 plus 15 cos alpha to the power of 4, this is equal to 6, right? This is equal to 6. Then find the value of 27 cosecant alpha to the power of 6, 27 cosecant alpha to the power of 6 plus 8 secant alpha to the power of 6. Very, very beautiful question which what we are solving right now. Very, very important question. If 10 sin alpha whole power 4 plus 15 cos alpha whole power 4 is equal to 6, find 27 cosecant alpha to the power of 6 plus 8 secant alpha to the power of 6. I hope the idea is clear with this question. Now let us solve this question. Listen carefully. Anil, it is given in my previous question that both of them are equal. Left hand side is equal to right hand side, that is given in the question. That means if left hand side I call it as k, right hand side because it is equal to left hand side, that also I will call it as k, sir. Right? Let us come back to this question now. Now see here, sir. I have sin alpha and cos alpha in my question. This is the catch. Everyone needs to take care of it, sir. Very, very important point. Whenever question is having sin and cosine terms, definitely try to make use of this corollary called as sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. That is the thing which you need to take care of. Now, can I say that I know that sin square alpha plus cos square alpha is equal to 1. I am writing this step, extra step, only for your understanding again. Right? Now, compare this particular step with the question which is given. Can I write it as right hand side I need to get it as 1, right? Right hand side I need to get it as 1. Okay, let me move this little aside so that I need not write the equation once again, right? Just give me a minute, sir. Okay, let me move this side. Now see here, use same logic what needs to be done in comparison. Right hand side I need to get it as 1. Here the right hand side is 6. 6 should become 1. Divide by 6. 6 by 6 is 1. This also divide by 6. 10 also divide by 6. Now can I write it as, 10 by 6 is nothing but 5 by 3. 15 by 6 is nothing but 5 by 2. And right hand side 6 by 6 is 1. But I want this particular term called as sine square alpha. That means keep that sine square alpha which I require outside. If I write sine square alpha which I require outside, I have totally sine alpha to the power of 4. Another sine square alpha will come here. That means this entire thing will form one bracket. Similarly, I want something called as cos square alpha. Keep cos square alpha outside because I require that term. But I have cos alpha to the power of 4. That means another cos square alpha I will combine with this particular term called as 5 by 2. Right? Let me combine with that particular term called as 5 by 2, sir. Like the way we did it for sine square alpha. Right? Now I will combine it here. So I will combine it. Now think logically. Can I say that I know that sine square alpha plus cos square alpha is equal to 1. That means coefficient of sine square alpha is nothing but it is 1 sine square alpha plus 1 cos square alpha is nothing but equal to 1. That means this term in the bracket should be equal to 1. Similarly, this term in the bracket should also be equal to 1. That means 5 by 3 sine square alpha is nothing but equal to 1. Can I say that sine square alpha value will be equal to 3 by 5? Why? Because 5 by 3 into 3 by 5 is only 1. Similarly, cos square alpha value will be equal to reciprocal of 5 by 2 is 2 by 5. Right? Reciprocal of 5 by 2 is 2 by 5. My answer is over, sir. This is the beauty of solving in this methodology. My answer is already over. I want cosecant alpha to the power of 6. Let me find out individually. This is 27 times of sine square alpha is nothing but reciprocal of cosecant square alpha. That means cosecant square alpha is 5 by 3. Cosecant square is 5 by 3, but I want cosecant power 6 whole cube plus 8 times of cos square alpha is 2 by 5. Secant square alpha is reciprocal of cos square which is 5 by 2. That means secant square is 5 by 2. Secant power 6 is 5 by 2 whole cube. Where is the difficulty in this question? Beautifully explained, beautifully understood by my students. 3 cube is 27, cancelled with 27. 2 cube is 8, cancelled with 8. You are left with 5 cube, 125, plus 5 cube again, another 125. 125 into 2 is 250. Over answer. I told you step by step in detail for this particular question, which we will not use it in our next questions. We will directly move on to step number 2 or step number 3. I hope the idea is clear, sir. Now see here, this question is the original question which came in the year 2016. The same question I am putting here for you people, right? Same question I am putting here for you people. Now see here, if I draft that question is if 6 sin theta whole to the power of 4 plus 3 cos theta whole to the power of 4, this value is given as 2, right? This value is given as 2. Your question is find the value of 7 cosecant theta to the power of 6. 7 cosecant theta to the power of 6 plus 7 cosecant theta to the power of 6 plus 8 secant theta to the power of 6. 8 secant theta to the power of 6 whole to the power of 1 by 3. That means I need to find the cube root of those particular value. I need to find the cube root. Now see here, sir. Don't complicate things like the way we solved in method 1 of our previous problem. Let us make it simple. Here right hand side I have 2. That means I should divide this by 2 here. I should divide this by 2. This 6 by 2 is nothing but 3. 3 will be the value for cosecant square alpha or theta. This 3 by 2 whatever I got here, that will be the value for secant square theta over my answer. Very fast you can do it. Answer will be 7 into cosecant square is 3, cosecant power 6 is 3 cube, 3, how much it is, 3 cube, it is 3 cube. Similarly, right, this is 3 cube. Similarly, can I say that it is plus 8 into secant square is nothing but 3 by 2, secant power 6 is nothing but 3 by 2 whole cube, whole to the power of 1 by 3, right, whole to the power of 1 by 3. Beautifully you can solve it, sir. No different, no what do you say, like difficulty at all. So 2 cube is nothing but 8. This cancels with 8. You are left with 3 cube. Here you are left with 3 cube. 3 cube if I take common, 3 cube to the power of 1 by 3, and you are left with, if I take common, you are left with 7 plus 1, 8. 8 to the power of 1 by 3. 3 cube power 1 by 3 is nothing but 3. 8 power 1 by 3 is 2. Answer is 6. Where is the difficulty in my method 2? Method 1 is nothing but understanding. Method 2 is nothing but executing in an easiest format. As simple as that. Kindly comment in the live chat if it is very clear for my students, sir. Wherever I think that there is something which I can teach for my students in a shortcut method, I will try my level best to invest a lot of time in preparing or in identifying that shortcut and teaching it for my students. Last step I think you are asking, right, ma Archana? Last step you are asking me. Now last step what I did is, here I have 3 cube, here also I have 3 cube. I took that 3 cube common factor, and power 1 by 3 also I took it outside. If I take 3 cube common factor, here I am left with 7 plus, in this case I am left with 1. Everything I have taken out, so 1 is left. 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 to the power of 1 by 3. 3 cube power 1 by 3. Cube root of 3 cube is 3. Cube root of 8 is 2. 3 into 2 is 6. Archana, I believe that it is clear. Don't waste your time in unnecessarily doing all those things which we discussed in method 1. At least whenever there is a beautiful shortcut which is existing. Next question. Now, a very important question. I think this particular question, it has come minimum 3 to 4 times in your examination, and this question has also come in your 2016 mains examination, right? Same question which came in 2016 mains, and also other 3 to 4 times it has come in the examination previously. Same question I am drafting it for you right now, sir. I am not changing the question in any way. I am putting the same question for you people for your understanding. Listen carefully, sir. Your question is like this. If a square minus b square, if a square minus b square sin theta plus 2ab cos theta, if a square minus b square sin theta plus 2ab cos theta is nothing but equal to a square plus b square, right, is nothing but equal to a square plus b square. Your question is find the value of tan theta, right? Find the value of tan theta. Let me write the question somewhere here so that I will not need to write that equation once again. Find the value of tan theta is the question. Now I know only one thing in my life as of now. That one thing is nothing but whenever I have the trigonometric functions called as sine and cos, I will so beautifully use my identity called as sine square theta plus cos square theta is nothing but equal to 1. Same analogy I will implement here also, right? Same thing I will implement here. Right hand side I need to get it as 1. That means this should become 1. Divide by a square plus b square. Divide this also by a square plus b square. Divide this also by a square plus b square. I believe step number 1 is very clear for you people. Now if I divide, I will be left with, anyway I need not write it once again. This is what I am left with. If I divide by a square plus b square, here what I am left with is 2ab by a square plus b square. Right hand side what I am left with is a square plus b square by a square plus b square is nothing but 1, right? This is what I am left with. Now can I say that I want sine square theta plus cos square theta to be equal to 1. That means I have already one sin theta here, but I want sin theta into sin theta. That means I want sin square theta. That means this particular bracket term should be equal to sin theta. I hope I am making sense for you. Similarly, this particular term, I want to have cos square theta in my equation. I have only one cos theta as of now. I want cos square. This bracket term should be equal to cos theta. This is how you need to do it, sir. And I don't want you to keep writing this equation as many times as possible and waste your time. That means what I realized as of now is a square, that bracket term, a square minus b square divided by a square plus b square. This is nothing but equal to sin theta. Similarly, the second bracket term, 2ab divided by a square plus b square. This is nothing but equal to cos theta. Sir, what is required for me in the question, sir? I require tan theta. I know sin theta, I know cos theta. How will I get tan theta? Divide one by the other. Your answer is over. Kel katam, dukan band. Answer is a square minus b square divided by 2ab. Done. Every question we will use the same logic. No change in the logic, so that my students' understanding should be far better than what they were thinking earlier. Next, again a very good question. We will keep solving these beautiful questions to make us realize that yes, we can create wonders in our examination. If 15 sin cube alpha plus 20 cos cube alpha is equal to 12, right? This is equal to 12. Find the value of 10 sin alpha plus 15 cos alpha. 10 sin alpha plus 15 cos alpha value is what I require. Listen carefully, sir. Listen carefully. Let us not at all make it complicated. I have sin term, I have cos term. That means I will make use of the property sin square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. 1 means divide by 12. Here also divide by 12. Here also divide by 12. Now, can I again say that 15 by 12 is 5 by 4. I want sin square theta. Put it aside. Another sin theta I should have it here with combination with 5 by 4 because I have sin cube theta. 20 by 12 is nothing but 5 by 3. I want cos square theta or cos square alpha. Cos alpha combined with this, right? It has cos into cos square. So 12 by 12 is 1. Over my answer. This is how beautiful or fast you should be in solving problems. Now, sin square alpha plus cos square alpha should be equal to 1. That means coefficient of sin square alpha, this should be 1. Coefficient of cos square alpha, this also should be 1. Now, 5 by 4 into sin alpha should be 1. That means sin alpha should be equal to reciprocal of 5 by 4, because 5 by 4 into 4 by 5 is only 1, sir, right? So sin alpha will be equal to 4 by 5. Cos alpha here will be equal to reciprocal of 5 by 3. It is 3 by 5. Over. You know sin alpha, you know cos alpha. Substitute and simplify. Over. What should be the final answer, sir? 10 into sin alpha is 4 by 5. 15 into cos alpha is 3 by 5. That means 40 by 5 is 8. 45 by 5 is 9. Answer is 17. We are discussing a beautiful type called as sin square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. That varieties of problem which are extremely important in our examinations, which has come many a times in our examinations earlier. That is what we are discussing right now. See here, another beautiful question. If sin theta or sin a whole power 4 divided by small a plus cos a whole power 4 divided by small b is equal to 1 by a plus b, right? It is equal to 1 by a plus b. I need to find the value of sin a to the power of 8, sin a power 8 divided by a cube plus cos a to the power 8 divided by b cube. this value I need to find, right? This is what I need to find. Now see here, sir, same logic I'll implement. I want right hand side to be equal to 1. That means I have 1 by a plus b. I don't want this a plus b. That means I should multiply right hand side with a plus b. Then only a plus b by a plus b will become 1. If I multiply right hand side by a plus b, left hand side also multiply by a plus b. That means first term, can I write it directly, sir? I hope you have understood right now. Out of sine power 4a, sin a power 4, keep sin square a outside. I am left with another sin square a along with a plus b by a, because I should multiply with a plus b also, right? That means my one of the coefficient is a plus b by a into sin square a. Can I say that this should be equal to 1, because sin square a coefficient should be 1. Similarly, I am writing slightly directly because assuming that my students have understood from the last 3 problems. Similarly, this term also I should multiply with a plus b. So let me write that a plus b initially, divided by b also I will write it. I want to have cos square a equal to 1. Cos power 4a is there, so I will write it as cos square a. Another cos square a I will keep it as it is. This coefficient is also 1. That means if I simplify here, this is nothing but sin square a is nothing but 1 divided by a plus b by a, or it is nothing but a by a plus b. Similarly, cos square a is nothing but b by a plus b, right? It is b by a plus b. Now I have sin square value as cos square value, but they require sin a power 8 and cos a power 8. Sin square is a by a plus b. Sin a power 8 means rise to the power of 4. Here also rise to the power of 4. That means a power 4 divided by a plus b whole power 4. This a cube I will write it as it is here. Similarly, cos square is nothing but this value. Cos power 8 is rise to the power of 4, rise to the power of 4. These are all very easy once you understand, right? These are all very easy. That means this is nothing but b power 4 divided by a plus b whole power 4. And you are left here in the already in the question as b power 3. This b cube b power 4 will cancel. One term is left. Here also it is cancelled. Numerator left is a plus b. Denominator left is a plus b whole power 4. Final answer will be 1 divided by a plus b whole power 3. This should be my final answer. Very easy once you understand. Everything looks difficult until you understand. After you understand, everything will look easy, sir. Rockstar Anurag, where is the repetition you require, sir? Everything seems very clear and clear. Rockstar, you should be little fast in understanding this particular step which I solved in last 3 problems. Rockstar, I am multiplying by a plus b on the right hand side and left hand side only because I want to make right hand side as 1. That means left hand side I am left with a plus b by a, and sin power 4a I will write it as sin square a and sin square a, right? I will write it as sin square a and sin square a. Similarly, this second term also a plus b by b, cos power 4a I will write it as cos square a into cos square a, right? Right hand side it is becoming 1. Why did I write all these things, Anurag? Very simple logic. Sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. That means this entire coefficient of sin square theta should be equated to 1. That is what I wrote here, Anurag. Similarly, this entire coefficient of cos square theta should be equated to 1. That is also what I wrote here, Anurag. And then simplify. Simple.